Head coach Clint Mylymok joining me right now, and coach is split this weekend against New Jersey. Your thoughts on the weekend from your team?
I thought Friday was a really good start, and then we kind of morphed back into what we were doing the previous few games, where sloppy and it's okay to have pressure and but knowing when to change and how to get off the ice after a good shift instead of extending it, then it turns quickly into a bad one, giving up odd man rushes, and that's kind of been the recipe for the bad play is forcing it and extending the shift, and then all of a sudden one turnover we can't get back. And New Jersey played well. I thought they played fast. They played heavy. We started off heavy and physical, and then we kind of got away from it and then chased goals a little bit. And I thought chased shifts, and we left Gatto out to dry on a couple. And then Saturday was a polar opposite of it. That's what we have seen all year is on top of teams, good forecheck, defensemen on top of their players, and not allowing them to get out of their zone easily with speed. And that anytime a team struggles and gives up odd man rushes, you just go back to your forecheck and watch what we did the first guy going in, and how our stick details and our layers, and when they're off, like, it's not hard to get out from any level. So I thought we did a good job with that, and just kind of snuffed them out offensively.
Was that the big switch that kind of got flipped from Friday to Saturday? Was just making the forecheck a little bit better, or was there something much more to that?
I talked to three players. They had three guys. First three that walked by, I didn't care if they were captains, and I say, here are things we talked as coaches, like, what do you want to focus on? And the first three guys you saw walk by the door, we said, here's three things. We're not doing video. We're not going to talk. There's no need to talk about. What are they going to learn or hear? Like, they've seen it. It's always going to come down to the players in the end, and our job is to convince them as best as we can, or any way we can, to do certain things, and it's not always easy. But I thought we put it in their hands, and they did a good job. It just shows how important we are not sometimes.
How do you like the response of your team facing the adversity they have? I mean, they've had it good, and then a couple of rough spots here the last few weekends. But how have they responded? Have you liked what you saw in their response?
Yeah, what I liked, what I really appreciated on Saturday, I thought our veterans or not that they've been bad, but I thought their voices, they finally got off their own bottom lips and talked to other players, maybe guys that haven't played a ton, and they're getting some opportunities, and they did a good job of being positive. Tell them great shift, good forecheck, or whatever it may be. They're real positive and pumping their tires and gaining energy off of guys like Robbie Glentz, who hasn't played for a while, and know he's done a good job in the lineup. I think they chose to be selfless and encouraging, where I felt the few weeks before that was a lot of it's tough when you lose. No one likes losing, and then it's easy to be negative, coaches included. And I thought just the vibes are really good, and I thought the positivity was good, and we just fed off and didn't give in to one bad shift or bad play. They just kept going, and I think Smitty said it best. He's like, "There's no reason we can't play like this every night. Win or lose, we got to play a certain way," and we did.
What do you like about the makeup of this team? I mean, you do have guys like Noah Jonas and Robbie Glentz who don't get a lot of time, then jump into the roster and make their way. Don't seem too out of place out of there. But what do you like about the makeup of the roster, top to bottom?
Just their compete. You watch them in practice, and I think all of them. No one gets. It's never personal when a guy bumps you or gets into you or plays you heavy or hard. We want the games to be fun, and that's the reward after our practices. We don't practice for 2 hours a day. Maybe like some teams, but we do practice with intensity and game specific and game intensity, and try and reach that point where we feel like the games are the fun part. It's nice to battle a different color jersey and know that we're going to be fine because we've been pushed by our teammates. So I like that part. I like our brains. I just feel like when I watch some guys at practice, man, we have some good players who aren't playing every night, and that's the tough part about being here at times. Maybe for some guys is whether you're 20 years old or a first-year guy, you might not play tonight, and it's not always fun. And I just don't think it's a right for any player. No, I don't say we're nobodies, but we're still all trying to figure out the next level and get there. And for the players, they're still 20. So some guys think they're chiseled, hardened vets. You're not. You're a young kid, so you still have to learn and play a certain style to get ice time, to get power play time, or whatever it may be. But I think for the most part, their competitiveness and I can tell you, guys that I've sat, I don't have a bunch of guys who cry about it or get calls from advisors. They're they're good about it. What do I need to do? And here are the things, and we lay it out. Like, here are the things we need from you. And some guys at 80% are still better than maybe some other guys. Boy, like, is that acceptable? Probably not. We need you to be like to your potential every night as close as you can. And it's hard to be perfect, but you want to strive to be the best version of yourself every night, and that's the expectation.
And you guys travel up to Maine this weekend, take on the Nordiques Friday afternoon, Saturday evening. What's the big thing, and what has been kind of pushed to the players at practice this week to get 4 points up there?
Just build off of our last game and remember what it feels like to play the full 60 and the full potential of how we play. And we're always big on win or lose, like, do we play the right way? And we can accept if we lose the game, we feel like, man, we gave it our best. We played the way we're supposed to play, and we didn't come out on top. And usually there's a goaltender involved too on the other side, in our league especially, a very good goaltender. So just try and build off of our last game and bring those same feelings back and start on time. It's a 1 p.m. game. It's a long trip up there, and the Friday game is not normal to play at 1. And we got to, our mindset mentally, we've already talked about that, but we'll talk more about, hey, we got to be ready to go. And I think the morning game we played here at 11 a.m. was good for the guys to go through that too, to see it's different for your bodies going, what are you doing right now? Like, why am I getting hit? And it's good for them to go through it once at least.
Head coach Clint Mylymok,